For this full moon in Scorpio, what do we need to know? To choose to stay positive, to choose to look at things from everything's happening for us, not to us. Hey there, beautiful souls, it's Sarai Zen. If things have been a little all over the place for you, worry not. It is just the Scorpio full moon headed our way. That combined with all the other astrological events taking place this month, it's no wonder things are a little bit hectic right now. So before we go over the beautiful messages we received from our spirit guides, let's break down the astrology of this Scorpio full moon. As you know, full moons are the perfect time for reflection and introspection. The moon governs our emotions and intuition and generally loves to be in a water sign. It is very intense, however, for the full moon energy to be combined with Scorpio energy. Scorpio is the most infamous water sign with good reason. They may be the only ones in the room that are willing to take conversations to a depth that most are unfamiliar with. Scorpios are masters at exploring the human psyche, and they tend to be incredibly empathetic. They courageously embrace the dark side of humanity in order to discover hidden truths there. But if they don't value balance in their life, then they may become consumed by all of the shadows of the world. So the biggest lesson that Scorpios have within their lifetime is to face darkness head on and still choose to let the light in. This is exactly what this full moon is asking us to do. We just experienced that solar eclipse energy that brought all of our shadows to the surface, and that's a really uncomfortable process. Everything that no longer serves a higher purpose within us, everything that's holding us back, everything that we still have to work on, it's staring us right in our faces. When we are faced with these ugly truths, it can be so easy to give in to those negative emotions. That energy is heavy, it's kind of disturbing, and it's sometimes really hard to resist. The hardest thing you can do right now is fight to stay positive. But that is what we must do. That is what life is. We exist in constant cycles of ups and downs. They flow in and out of our lives, and we can't really stop them or control them. But what we can do is try to make sure our mind is stronger than our reality. So when life goes low, we have to stay as high as possible here and here. We have to remember that each phase of life is temporary. We are constantly evolving to the next phase. So when you're faced with things in your current reality that you don't like, make sure that you remember you have control over your perspective. So if you stay positive and you stay hopeful and you stay constantly improving, you will become more into alignment with an effortless evolution. The traits of the Scorpio full moon that we are collectively adopting at this time is resourcefulness and unwavering commitment to our goals. Life is throwing us curveball left and right, and we are learning to readjust and to continue flowing with alignment. Alternatively, things like jealousy, our insecurities, and our fears are also highlighted as well. But luckily, this moon placement is perfect for shedding off any old and unwanted stagnant energy we have. The meditation that I created for the solar eclipse is actually perfect for this full moon as well. So if you haven't given that a listen, I'll link it here. But even if you have listened to it already, that's one that you can definitely do as many times as you need to, because it's all about releasing stagnant energy from your chakras. And as we know through life, releasing and healing isn't really a one-time thing. So you can do that meditation as many times as you need to, but that solar eclipse and this full moon is giving us a really good opportunity to release any self-limiting beliefs or self-sabotaging behaviors. So along with that meditation, I have some journal prompts that will help you deepen your self-reflection. First journal prompt, and please excuse my voice, I'm sick. I got caught up in the rain. We don't have to talk about it. Okay, but first one. What changes have taken place in my life since the solar eclipse? So since April 8th. And feel free to comment if you're comfortable sharing how your life has changed, because I notice a lot of people have been talking about how things are different for them after that sort of energetic astrological event. And it's different for everyone based on the energy that you go into an event like that with. I know for me personally, I was trying to intentionally release everything that was holding me back and just surrender life and control over to God completely, because I know that whatever I have planned for my life, God's plan is so much better. But since the solar eclipse, I am being reminded that surrendering is an everyday thing. It's so easy to get back into old habits and try to do things your way and get kind of stubborn and stuck in doing things a certain way. And God will very politely humble you and slow you down and remind you that surrendering is just like healing. It's something that takes constant effort. So if you would like to share your answer to this prompt, you don't have to, but you can comment below. Next prompt. What about myself has been revealed to me this month? And that can be like strengths and weaknesses. I would make a list of both and compare them, but like, what parts of yourself are being highlighted this month? Are there any things that you need to release or to improve? Or are there some things that you're really proud of and things that need more recognition and time to shine? Next prompt. Am I resisting change in this phase of my life? If so, what fears do I have regarding change? And then the last one. A typical day of the best version of myself looks like ... fill in the blank. But go into a lot of detail here. And this prompt is especially good to do after that meditation I mentioned that I made to help us release stagnant energy. Because once you do that, your connection between your current version of yourself and the best version of yourself, it gets stronger. So it's easier for you to see the path that would lead you towards that best version of yourself. So you could go wild with the details with this particular prompt after doing that meditation. But yeah, I hope those help. I hope those help you discover more things about yourself. Okay, so now that we have gone over the astrology of the Scorpio full moon, and we have some journal prompts that will help you intentionally work with this energy, let's go over the 4 messages our spirit guides have for the collective. And if you'd like to take a moment to just connect with your intuition and pick a number between 1 to 4 to see which message or messages will resonate the most with you with where you are in this phase of your life. Humans are granted a very unique gift of free will. Now this gift is kind of a double-edged sword. It can make us stubborn. It can make our egos problematically large. It can cause us to resist for so many reasons. The only thing is, life unfolds for us in waves, in cycles, and we are constantly evolving as long as we're alive. Sometimes we get stuck in our ways, set on expectations for how we think life should go, and we get very fixated on the plan that we make for ourselves. We can get really comfortable existing a certain way that we naturally start to resist any transformation that life tries to bring us. And this is where the disconnect comes from. Our resistance to our ever-evolving life causes disharmony in everything around us. Your spiritual team is encouraging you to release resistance in order to invite peace back into your life. Things may seem overwhelming and like they're falling apart, or like things just aren't going your way because you're still trying to do things your way. And you may even be feeling like you're running out of time to accomplish certain goals because you might be distracted with out-of-place priorities. Oftentimes when something doesn't go our way, when a door closes or we experience rejection, it's because we're unable to see that God's plan for our life is indeed advancing in a beautiful way. Your spiritual team wants you to use this full moon to release your concerns and stress factors over to them. Your worries are taking up too much space in your life, and you're blocking yourself from experiencing miracles. Call on God and your angels to help you surrender. Ask them to keep lighting up your path ahead. Instead of focusing on what's not working for you in your plans, follow the energy of joy and inspiration to help you come back into alignment with God's plan. Nothing at all can take away what is meant for you. Your success in life, it is a given. It is your birthright. It can be hard to remain positive and faithful when your current reality is not reflecting what you know in your heart is coming. God does in fact take notice of all of your hard work, but the fruit of your labor is hardly ever instantaneous. Your spiritual team is giving you support at this time and wants you to know that they are waiting to rejoice with you the day that you are finally able to celebrate your successes. Until then, they are keeping all that is meant for you safe and protected close to them. The only thing you need to do is raise your energetic vibration to meet the vibration of what you're creating. Make sure you're still walking the path of alignment so that your success story is one you can be proud of. Don't give in to the temptation of shortcuts or get-rich-quick schemes. Instead, do what you're called to do. Pay close attention to your intuition and to confirmations sent from your spiritual team. You've been so serious on this journey to your success. Your angels don't want you to forget the benefits of joy and happiness too. Oftentimes, your next steps are illuminated in the midst of you simply existing happily. Your heart's desires are not delayed. They are coming to you in divine timing. Use this full moon to release mistrust and lack of faith in God. Trust that everything you want is coming and express gratitude every day for all that you currently have. This transformation you're currently undergoing is helping you see past illusions, those that have been projected onto you and those that your mind created in order to protect you. As your perspective shifts and your heart heals, you're seeing your past differently. Your spiritual team wants to bring to your attention things that might be keeping you stagnant. Some things are trying to trap you in the past. You're being reminded of the power of forgiveness, that it's so freeing to unburden yourself of heavy things that weigh you down. You're being called to move on from things you've held against others or against yourself. Some of the protective walls you've built around your heart are blocking out the light of God, and they're stifling the light within you. Whenever you're currently put in a situation that makes you feel vulnerable or protective of self, your old self-destructive habits kick in. And this is why forgiveness is such a persistent message in this phase of your life. Your spiritual team want you to release what happened in the past so you don't get stuck in survival mode. Release your past with a loving and forgiving heart so that you can make room for the abundance and blessings trying to flow in. Show yourself compassion. You are still learning to release. Know that you are not doing this alone. Your angels are uplifting you and supporting you on this healing journey. The more you live in your own authenticity, the more you shine brighter and become more magnetic. Blessings and abundance find their way to you in many different forms, and it may be uncomfortable and a bit of an adjustment to start to receive this beautiful energy when you've mostly been giving. Your spiritual team is reminding you the importance of balance in the act of creating the life you want. You will need to learn to give and receive equally in life to keep the flow of abundance balanced. God is answering your prayers in very unexpected ways right now by sending you a strong and divinely selected community. Your team wants you to move through life knowing when you have something to offer the world and to give it generously, but also know how to receive graciously and gratefully. You are such an important piece of the collective raising their vibration. you're going to be called to do some really important work. God is blessing you with a team of like-minded people to help you on your journey. In order to nurture this blessing, the skill of balancing giving and receiving energy will be so beneficial to you developing deep connections. Open yourself up to collaborations and co-creation, and trust that your angels are sending only those deserving your way, and use your discernment to know who they are. The positive energy you're sharing to the world is attracting all these things, so continue to listen to your intuition while remaining open. I really hope all of this information will be helpful to you, and feel free to comment if anything resonated with you, or if you would like to share your answer to any of the journal prompts. And like I mentioned earlier, that meditation that I created for the solar eclipse would be perfect for this full moon as well, so head on over and check it out. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends and family just to pass on some spiritual guidance. And if you'd like a personal energy reading from me, my information will be in the description box below. Until next time, talk to you soon.